Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back once again. I am Nicodemus Kane. Today is April the 13th of 2022. Why is that? And I am in a constant fight with my microphone. I'm going to try to see if I can open up my sound settings here, see if I can. Of course, it's going to take forever. Come on now. There we go. My computer's running very slow today. Very slow. But we're going to see here. That's just master volume. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, guys. It's like I said, I'm trying to see if it just looks like it's very low. I don't know if it's coming over very well on your guys' end or not. No, I don't want that. All right, I will quit messing with this because. Anyways, warts and all. All right. Today, I'm going to read Psalm 125. It says it is a song of degrees. It's 5 verses. This should be pretty short. Unless I find something to trail off on. Which, you know me, I probably will. But yeah, there's not much to talk about. How about if we just jump into this first, and then we see what else we got going for us later. Okay. All right, Psalm 125, a song of degrees. They that trust in the Lord shall be as Mount Zion, which cannot be removed, but abideth forever. But abideth forever. My tongue did not want to work. As the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so the Lord is round about his people from henceforth, even forever. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity. Do good, O Lord, unto those that be good, and to them that are upright in their hearts. As for such as turn aside unto their crooked ways, the Lord shall lead them forth with the workers of iniquity, but peace shall be upon Israel. Amen. Okay. I'm kind of rereading it over in my head. All right. Well, let's reread it anyways. We tend to find little morsels of knowledge and understanding the more that we go back through them. So let's start from the top. They that trust in the Lord shall be as Mount Zion, which cannot be removed, but abideth forever. It shall never be removed. It is something static. Those that trust in the Lord shall never be moved. We shall not fear. We shall have no fear. There is no weapon on this world that can harm us. Apparently there is a mark of the beast that can, so we have to be vigilant, and we have to understand what is and isn't happening in the world. We have to be as wise as the serpents that have taken over the world. We have to, that's a thing. I've heard so many people say, oh, you don't have to worry about reading the enemy's books. You don't have to worry about learning their customs. You don't have to worry about learning their ways. But we are told that we are supposed to be as wise as the serpents. We are supposed to be as wise as those that are trying to do harm to us. How do we be as wise as they are? We have to know their tricks. We have to know what they are saying, what they are doing. So when somebody says that, it just immediately turns me off. when they say, oh, you don't have to worry about, trying to follow, don't have to worry about what the 33 degrees of masonry are. You don't have to worry about, what the pagan holidays of the world are. You don't have to worry about this. You don't have to worry about that. But that's what they use to hurt us. That's what they've used, full stop, to hurt us. Interesting thing about the full stop. I'll get to that in a little bit. But that's what they use against us, is the tricks of the world that they have been using for years, the things that people will stand up for and fight for and grasp onto and cling to and say, oh, it's okay, God knows our heart, God knows what we're supposed to do, and it's all right if we follow these. I've straight heard Christians say it's okay to follow the pagan customs because Christ has overcome. We can go and celebrate Christmas and Easter and all this other kind of stuff and do all these things that the pagans do to worship their gods because Christ has overcome all of it. That's not what the Bible says. Literally, and I can use that word literally in the absolute context of that line. It literally says, do not worship me in the way that the pagans worship their gods. But it's okay. Christ knows our heart. God knows our heart. He knows that we wouldn't do any harm. We're doing it for him. You're not reading the book. You're listening to false preachers. You're listening to the false preachers of this world, the enemy of this world that we have talked about time and time and time and time and time again, the ones that lie, the ones that cheat, the ones that manipulate, the ones that are laying traps for you in order to snare you away from God. We've talked about it so many times, but people, they like their traditions. They like the feeling that they get. I bet you if I look in the Bible long enough, and it's probably in there, and I probably know the exact line, but I can't think of it right now. But there's probably something in there that says, don't follow your feelings. Don't let your feelings overrun you. Don't let your feelings overcome knowledge. Probably something like that. Or, wisdom. Don't let your feelings on something overcome that which you know is true. There's probably a passage in there somewhere. But that's what people do. People have been taught to follow their feelings, to follow their base instincts, to let everything go because nothing matters. As long as you follow your heart, follow your feelings, follow the ways of this world, you'll be okay. But that is not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be vigilant. We're supposed to use our discernment, our spiritual discernment. We're supposed to be wise as the Bereans. We're supposed to hunt out all knowledge and understand it, not to fall into it, because that's a trap as well. Not to fall into it, but understand it. We have to be as wise as the serpents. Now, I'm not saying everybody needs to go out and buy the book of Satan, the handbook of Satan, whatever it was, Satan's handbook. I don't know what the heck it was. I'm not telling you to do that right now. I'm not telling you to do that at all. But there are enough people in the world that have done the research, that have gone out and looked at these things, people that have come from there. I am included in that have read these things, that have come to God and have stopped and said, when the Bible says this, and I remember reading, this, there's a match up there. There's enough people out there that you can look up and you can see and you can listen to their stories and you can understand it enough. But there are so many people out there, especially the people that call themselves, Bible believing Christians, that will tell you don't need to go look at that stuff. You need to just focus on Christ. Focus on Christ and everything will be okay. And I understand that. And yes, there's the Bible absolutely says that. But it also says we are supposed to be as wise as serpents. So there has to be enough of a trade-off that you don't fall into the trap. Even following Christ, there are devils in the midst that are tempting you to follow the wrong Christ, to follow the wrong Messiah, to follow the wrong Mashiach. There are devils out there that will tell you, oh, this is the right one. The Bible even says that too. You will hear that, oh, here is the Christ. Oh, there's the Christ. That's in the Bible as well. In the end times. And there are so many serpents out there, so many evil ones out there that are doing their best to tempt you every single step on the way, to get you just to shift off of the path. Just enough. Remember, broad is the path, narrow is the way. It's you have to find that narrow path and stay on it. But so many people want to shift you off just enough. You're walking that straight and narrow path and you're doing just great, and then somebody says, oh, look, Christ is over here, come here and check this out. And if you didn't know who these people were that were saying it, the symbology that they use, the tricks that they use, all of the stuff that they use to get you and manipulate you into thinking that, you could stray. You could stray just enough. I am just as bad. I have had to change the way that I think, change the people that I follow, change the understanding that I have several times, because I have looked at one thing and then I have said, wait, let me do some research. Let me just see who these people are, what they believe, what they're doing. And you do that research and you find out that, oh wait, these people aren't that good. they may say one thing here, but on the back end, they're saying another thing entirely. And I say that about myself too. Don't follow me, because I don't want to lead anybody down a wrong path either. I'm just trying to get you to a point to where you can pick it up for yourself and you can move forward with it. If I can put one person on that path while I am stuck over here into Broadway, that'd be awesome. That'd be great. I am trying to find my way through the path as well. It's not easy because there's not a lot of answers, because there's been lies upon lies upon lies. They've had at least 1,000 years to be able to manipulate this path. I think at best they've only had 200 years to really, really cinch it in. It only takes a generation. That's what they say all the time. That's what the mind manipulators, the guys that worked on the secret ops programs of mind control. They say it only takes a generation. That's only like 70, 80 years. We are 70, 80 years removed from the founding of Jerusalem. We are 100 years, 150 years. Well, no, let's go back. We are 100 years removed from the founding of the Federal Reserve. We are 150 years from whatever happened in the middle of the 1800s that caused everything to suddenly start happening, exploding. All of this stuff just randomly started happening in the middle of the 1800s. We are, 200 years removed from the War of 1816, where the British came right up to the front door of the White House, knocked on it, and then decided to go home. Where I really think everything changed. We are 250 years, give or take. I'm not going to do the math. from the founding of the United States of America, supposedly. That's a lot of time. We've learned that just within 2 years, they can completely destroy an economy. Within a couple months, within 3 months, they could lock down the world, and people will just go along with it like nothing happened. We learned that. 3 months. They started talking about some new virus in January, and by March, they had you guys working from home. That's exactly what happened. They had the world locked down because you believed it, and nobody fought it. But that's how much time it takes. That's exactly how much time it takes. It does not take that much at all. And within that time frame, you could do anything to change the rules, change the laws, change how you perceive reality. There are people out there now that think that we're just born as blank slates, and that when we get to the age, there's people that say that when we get to the age of 3, that we can start being told about sexuality. 3 years old. People are saying that. 3-year-olds can be talking about sexuality. What the hell? 3-year-olds. It does not take long. It does not take long at all. And we have to be wise to what is going on in the world. We have to understand these things. In order to do that, part of it is to know their tricks, know their rules, know their customs, know their symbology, know their numerology, and not to fall for it. Don't fall for it. My wife still to this day asks me why I constantly talk about the numbers, talk about the symbols, constantly try to put it into her head. And I keep telling her, because if I'm not here, if I get taken and I'm not here, and somebody comes to the door and tells you that you have to go with them to a shelter or a place to where you can have food, or you can have anything for any reason whatsoever. If somebody comes to the door and tells you that, and if you look on their shirt, and if they have a certain symbol embroidered on their shirt, don't follow them. If somebody comes to your door and if they tell you a certain string of numbers, or if you hear a certain pattern of numbers, anything, don't follow them. That's how they're going to trick you. That's how they're going to come to you offering you good things. But when you see the symbols, when you understand what's going on, you're not going to follow it. You're going to have to turn away. That's why I keep going on and on about this stuff. Nobody's picking it up. Nobody wants to pick it up because everybody just thinks that it's nothing. Don't worry about it. It's numbers mean nothing. That is the furthest thing from the truth. Numbers to these people mean everything. And if you don't know how they use them to manipulate you, you are going to get lost. We can talk about all that stuff some other time, all we want, but we only have an hour here, so I have less than an hour because I actually started late. I had to get my room ready. We're having big storms coming through, so I had to make sure that I am prepared in case we get water in the basement again. Hopefully we don't. I've done enough that I can for now to prevent it, but there's still more. There's always more. And everything costs a friggin' fortune. All right. So they that trust in the Lord shall not be removed. They cannot be moved. They will abideth forever. As the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so the Lord is round about his people from henceforth, even forever. The Father will protect us. The Father will protect us as the mountains around Jerusalem protect Jerusalem. He will protect us and fight for us forever. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous. For the rod of the wicked, it shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity. The snares, the traps, all the things of the wicked ones that we talk about over and over again, they shall not be put on those that believe. And God will make sure that it is not put upon them, lest the righteous, lest the people that believe in Christ, believe in God, unless they put forth their hands unto iniquity. Unless they put forth their hands, they fall into the traps. You will not fall into the traps of this world, because God will protect you. Because God will watch over you. He will keep you out of the trouble. He will give you the wisdom so that you can see the traps that they lay for you, so that you will not follow that guy that has the pyramid embroidered on his polo, or the all-seeing eye embroidered on his polo, or he has the I don't know, I want to say the tattoo marked on his hand, or whatever. You'll see it, you'll know it, and it's becoming more and more blatant every day. I don't know how many times, and I don't know when it started, but I have seen so many people now with these pyramid all-seeing eye chest tattoos where the eyeball is like right in the middle of the chest. I don't know how many times I've seen that now. I don't know when that started, and I don't know what in the world is going on. I mean, I know what's going on. They're tagged. You got tagged, sucker. But did so many of them now. I keep seeing them, and I'm like, what the heck? It's just everybody's doing it now. These people are literally marking themselves. They're just blatantly and openly marking themselves with the symbology of evil. It's like, holy crap. So you'll know. God will show you. The rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous. The snares of the evil ones, the traps that they use, the things that they use to try to get you to stray from the path, they will not be there. Lest you reach your hand out, lest you fall into that trap. Do good, O Lord, unto those that be good, and to them that are upright in their hearts. Always be upright in your heart. As for such as turn aside unto their crooked ways, the Lord shall lead them forth with the workers of iniquity, but peace shall be upon Israel. As for those that turn aside, the Lord shall lead them with the workers of iniquity. So, we have talked about it several times. Had to wipe my nose a little bit there. Sorry. Probably more than several times. About Because they choose to live in their unrighteousness, God will send them strong delusion. Because they choose to live, they choose to follow the ways of the wicked, they choose to follow evil, they choose to follow the ways of this world. They said, you know what? We're going to go off and we're going to believe all of this stuff because it it helps us. It makes us feel good. It's a better way of living. I can't get up every day and I can't worry about. I got to do it for the kids. I got to do it for the kids. I got to be able to go to work and do all this stuff. I got to fit in. All right, there's one for you. I got to fit in. I got to be able to fit in with the world. I got to, get the fancy haircut, get the car. I got to go get the fancy clothes. I got to go do all this stuff. My friends are getting tattoos. Let's go get tattoos. I got all this stuff. I got to go out and drink and party and, you only live once, man. Let's go do this. I have to celebrate Christmas and Easter because it's tradition. It's traditional. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel good when I get to see the kids running around picking up Easter eggs, taking pictures of them with the Easter Bunny. Even though most kids cry, taking pictures with Santa Claus, Old Nick. I already told you look that up. Old Nick, the definition of the name Old Nick. Go look that up. See how much you've been lied to. But I got to do it for the kids. I have to lead them into the snares of evil ones because the kids are having fun. I got to do it for the kids. It's fun for them. It's fun for them. It's fun for me. And I get to show off how good of a parent I am because I get to take the kids out and do all this stuff. I got to show. I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to be a part of this world. I got to live the best life I can now. This is my best life. I don't have any other life after this. I'm scared of death. When I die, that's it. There's nothing else. I'm just a monkey on some dirt ball out in the middle of space. When I die, that's it. It's over. It's done. God said he'll save me, but in the meantime, let me go live my life. Let me go live my life. God knows my heart. Because they choose to live in their unrighteousness, God will send them strong delusion. He will let you believe the lie. The overarching lie of this world, which is damn near everything. Damn near everything is a lie at this point. Starting from the very, very first time they say, well, the world was started with the Big Bang, lie. Well, the Earth is a planet rolling out in space that was formed over millions and millions of years, lie. Well, the dinosaurs were fossilized for millions and millions of years, and that lie. Well, evolution came along, and then you evolved from some monkey that you lie. Well, because you exist like this, there is nothing after death, and you don't have to worry about it. Just live your best life now, and the person with the most toys at the end wins, and you lie. Everything is vanity. What do we say? Was that Ezekiel or Jeremiah? I think it was one of the two. Everything is vanity. Everything that is done on this world. On this world. And I just pointed down I know you guys can't even see me do it either. I just pointed down to this world. But everything that's done on this world is vanity. It is only there to make you feel better about this life. Because you only live once. God offers you eternal life, all you have to do is come back to him. He tells you there will be a resurrection, a resurrection of life. You will die and you will be resurrected into a second life. If you choose not to take that second life, there will be a second death. The Bible says that. It talks about a second death. You will be resurrected and then judged, and then you will have a second death. If you choose. Which a lot of people have well, some people, not really a lot of people. Some people have speculated that we are all going to be resurrected. Everybody. Which is what the Bible kind of says, is that, all the spirits of the dead will be raised and be judged. Like, you're talking, hundreds of billions of people will be raised back up, and every single one of them will be judged. And some of them will get to have eternal life, and some of them will be put into the fire. And I wonder if part of that judgment is we get to say at that point, do we get to have an option? Because a lot of people have said, well, how does Christianity work if for all the people that were born before Christ? Well, it says in the Bible, anybody that wanted to come to God, they knew. Everybody knew. It's not like people didn't know. People knew. They understood it. They saw these people and they understood. For the people that strayed and then forgot, see, there's something for you. For those people that strayed and forgot and taught their children to forget, they are passing it down from generation to generation. Those are the Gentiles that they say will come back to God at the very end and say, we have inherited lies. Because they will see it in the end. I don't know how, and I'm not gonna even speculate how. But that I think works into the whole system. Is that these people will have strayed so far away and have been lied to for so long that they will not know of any of this stuff. Not know of the Bible, not know of God, not know of any of this. But they will see it. Every knee shall bow. Every knee shall bow, and everyone shall be judged. How that works, I do not know. But it all fits together. It's going to be amazing to see. It's going to be absolutely amazing, incredible to see. I have no idea how it's going to work. I have no idea what's really going to happen and how people are going to be judged. Some people have said that some people are, when you read the Bible, there's places in the Bible that say that some people will die faster than others in the eternal fire. Is that they will not suffer as much as others. I don't know how that works. I don't know what passages those were. I'm just relaying information that I heard. I don't know. I know it's going to be interesting because it's like I said, it says that everybody's going to be resurrected and then everybody's going to be judged. Every knee shall bow eventually. So everybody's going to be resurrected. Everybody's going to have to bow the knee. And then everybody's going to be judged. I don't know. But until that point, you are constantly being lied to about who you are, about what's going on in this world. And there are so many people right now that are doing their absolute damnedest to take away the voice of anyone that is going against that narrative. I am old enough. I am old enough to have been taught that evolution was a theory, that we could never 100% prove it, and that there are other options. We had the choice. We had other options. Now, granted, I went to school in Florida, so, Florida's a little bit different than everybody else. But we always had the option of them saying, well, there was also God. There were some teachers that were completely, no, this is the way it's going to be, and you're going to listen to this. But there was always that option. There was always that, well, it's a theory, and, they can't 100% prove it and all this. But I am old enough to remember that we still had a choice in thinking of what it was. And now I look at it, and it's like somewhere along the line it shifted from, oh, it's just a theory to, well, it's a dead on fact now. We can prove this. We can prove this 120%. We have all the means and but they don't. They still don't. They still, every single time you go looking into evolutionary theory, it's still, a lot of made up garbage and, monkey bones that are scattered over a mile in some grassland in Africa. You're going to tell me that you took the jawbone of a monkey, and then you took what was it, like the clavicle or an arm bone or a finger bone or something from somebody else a mile away, and you decided to put them together and say that you found the missing link? The hell is that? That's such a joke, man. There's other stuff too, and I'm not going to get into every single evolutionary thing, but somewhere along the line they turned it into absolute fact. They said, "Oh, this is the way it's going to be. This is the way it is." It's one of those things that you just have to take as fact. It went from being a choice to being fact to now it's become, if you speak out against this, we may deplatform you. It's getting to that point. You can't talk about a lot of things. I found that out a lot, is you cannot speak out about a lot of things because you will be straight up banned off of whatever platform it is. I've had a week's vacation from Facebook now. I've had a week's vacation from, and I call them vacations, but they're bans is what they were. They were strikes. I've had a week's vacation from YouTube now. I'm still waiting on my Twitter vacation. They haven't given one to me yet. I haven't seen them ever tell me that I've said anything way past the point. But then, Twitter's a little liberal. I don't know. There's some people that are saying a lot of stuff. I've run my mouth on Twitter. I really have, and they have not pulled anything of me yet. So I don't know. But that's just speaking out on current events. Sooner or later, it's going to get to the point to where if you question science, period, you're going to get pulled. Because science is the new religion. It's their new God. It's what it's going to be. Because I saw a video several months back where somebody was saying that it could escalate to that point. Because we can't question the science right now. You cannot question the science about current events right now. You just can't do it. If you do that, you're going to get shadow banned. You're going to get taken off the platform, whatever. But there was a push. There was a really seriously hard push before all of this happened, where they were pushing that science was the key to everything. And I never really realized it because I don't really watch mainstream TV. I don't watch the news. I don't watch anything else. But I do remember there being this kind of, pro science agenda to where they were really trying to cement themselves into being the arbiters of truth. And I look at it now and I think, it wouldn't take much. It really wouldn't take much for them to just instill a rule or a law or something that just straight out says, if you speak out against the almighty science, then you could be jailed. And that's I don't think that's that far off from where it's going. But that's the lie that started this whole thing off. Because that was started by man. Man is the beast. Man is he's the mark of the beast. He's the image of the beast. He is all the beast. Everything that man creates includes the number of his name, the number of the beast. Everything we've gone over and over and over and over. Money, the microchips, the vaccines, the buildings, the rituals, the size and shape of the damn earth, everything, everything has the mark of the beast contained inside of it. Man is the beast. I've come to that conclusion. You either follow man or what man has invented, or you follow God. As for such as turn aside unto their crooked ways, the Lord shall lead them forth with the workers of iniquity. He shall lead you down that broad path that leadeth to destruction, because you choose to follow the monkeys. Because you'd rather live your best life now than hear the truth. And that's all I got. I'm sure I've got more, but I need to stop. I need to stop. That's actually getting depressing. This is what it's doing. It's actually getting depressing. Thinking, about how little effect I seem to have on this world anymore. There's a lot of times where it feels like you just can't win. I know we win. God will protect us. He just told us. He just told us that God will watch over us, and that's fine. But for all those people that just cannot, will not, or refuse to listen, you can't help but feel sorry for them. And I don't want anybody to be swallowed up by this. I really don't. I just wish that some people would, they just take a second to look. Just take 5 seconds to look. And it doesn't take long at all. Just open your eyes to it. You don't have to believe it right away. You don't have to go through this entire change of consciousness overnight. All you have to do is just see that there is this massive manipulation and that it's been there for years and it's over and over and over. The symbols, the numbers, the blatant lies, not just the lies, the blatant ones, the ones that are really right there in front of your face, the truths that they tell you that are just outside the edge of what they do tell you. Because they'll lie right to your face, but they'll give you truth, and that truth is just right there on the edge, just right there on the corner that you have to look for it. I'm the best examples I can give you is stuff that I can't talk about. As it pertains to the C virus, when they will tell you all this stuff about how bad it is, how many people it's killing, and all that stuff, but then right over on the edge, right over on the side of the edge, the stuff that didn't really make it on the television, but they said it in the same breath, is the way they count deaths. A lot of the stuff that I see, I mean, other than the videos that I have that I've shown, are the articles, the newspaper articles that will only last for a day, or they get edited within 5 days or whatever, like one day, but they'll last for one day and then they'll disappear, and you have to screenshot that shit before it goes away. But the big one is the articles that will they will always constantly talk about how this could be such a bad thing, or how this could have been manipulated, or how the numbers, the statistics didn't seem to add up right, but we're still doing this, or how this could be the most dangerous thing in the world, but we're still going to go through with it anyways. But that stuff doesn't last forever. They put it out there, and as long as they put it out there, then their method of delivery is done. Because they told you the truth, but that doesn't mean that they have to keep it out there for you. Because if they tell you what they're going to do to you, then they are, what's the word? They become non-complicit. Complicit? Is that the word? Non-complicit? They don't have to take the blame because they told you what they're going to do. And that's why you start seeing predictive programming. That's why you start seeing all these things. Because they told you what they're going to do to you. And then when it comes up to you, all you can think is, oh, this is such a coincidence that this happened right after yada, yada, yada. But they don't get to be blamed for it because they told you what was going to happen. That's part of the process. It's the whole process. This is becoming as wise as serpents, knowing their tricks, knowing how they operate. Do not be afraid to learn how they operate. That doesn't mean become them. It just means learn how they operate. Understand what they do to us. That's all I got, guys. That's all I got, man. You want a message? There you go. That's the best message I got. I am tapped yet again. I am praying that the storms that we get today are not going to be as bad as I think they're going to be. Even though it's coming, I'm seeing it. Right around 11 or 12. Hopefully it breaks up before then. But with the way the basement is, I just have to hope that it'll hold up, because it costs money to get this stuff fixed. And I mean, we just had a guy come in yesterday to talk to us about the furnace, because we need new furnace. And thankfully it wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be, but but we still have, like I said, we still have the flooding problems. I don't know how we're going to fix that, other than putting drainage everywhere in our yard, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of. We just have to get the groundwater out of the yard. I refuse to believe that the previous owners had never had a problem with this. It's like I swear that I don't know. I mean, maybe it was something they did when they were fixing the house up, that they opened some area to where the groundwater gets out. I don't know, but surely the previous owners had this problem too. I don't know. I'm going to quit talking about myself, quit talking about my house. I got to get off and go to work. I love you all. Take care of yourselves, man. God bless everyone. Be vigilant. Use your best discernment possible. Watch out for what's happening in the world. Pray to the Father that He gives you discernment, so that you understand what is and isn't happening, and that you can push forward in this world and not be ensnared by the lies. How's that work? Does that sound good? Sounds good to me. All right. I shall talk to you all later. Take care of yourselves.